Good evening, live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Here we present to you 7 o'clock news bulletin. First, the headlines. Greetings of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos to His Majesty the Sultan of Brunei Darus Salam are conveyed by His Excellency the Secretary General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Oman Oil Refineries and Petroleum Industries Company ORPIC inaugurates the Jefnain storage station for petroleum products. The State Council adopts the Commercial Companies Law and forwards it to the Council of Ministers. And the new passenger terminal in Muscat International Airport witnesses an active movement. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. Greetings of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos to His Majesty Sultan Hassan al-Balqiyah of Brunei Darus Salam and the friendly people of Brunei were conveyed by His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad bin Hamoud al-Busaidi, Secretary General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, when he was received by His Majesty the Sultan of Brunei Darus Salam at the Astana Noor Aiman Palace. From his side, His Majesty the Sultan of Brunei Darus Salam expressed his sincere greetings and best wishes to His Majesty Sultan Qaboos and the Omani people. Within the framework of the 18th round of the consultation meeting between the two foreign ministries, His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad bin Hamoud al-Busaidi, Secretary General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and His Excellency Dato Irwan bin Bahim Mohammed Yusuf, Second Minister of Foreign and Commercial Affairs, discussed aspects of bilateral cooperation and ways to enhance them so as to serve the joint interest of both countries. The meeting also focused on visions and points of view on a number of regional and international issues of common concern. A photography exhibition for a documentation of official visits paid by the Sultan of Brunei Darus Salam to the Sultanate was opened today in the Royal Museum in Bandar Seri Begawan. It was organized by the Sultanate's Embassy in Brunei Darus Salam in cooperation with the Minister of Information, and it will last until the end of May. It aimed to celebrate the advance of the bilateral relations between the two countries since the start of diplomatic relations about 34 years ago. Oman Oil Refineries and Petroleum Industries Company ORPIC inaugurated today Muscat Sohar fuel pipeline project and Jefnain storage station for petroleum products in the Wilaya of Sib under the auspices of His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed al-Nu'mani, Minister of Royal Office. More details in the following report by Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
Muscat Sohar product pipeline and the main fuel terminal in Al-Jefnain in the Wilaya of Sib, one of the vital projects that come in response to the strategic objectives set by the government for developing oil products logistics solutions in the Sultanate to meet the rapidly growing demand for fuels.
This is a strategic project for the country that will bring significant benefits to the population by basically 2 points: securing the supply of oil products to the petrol stations and to the people, and secondly, to improve the security on the roads due to the reduction of the oil products movement in the capital area. This terminal is a state-of-the-art terminal, incorporates the latest technology with regards to automation, leak detection systems, fire prevention system. So again, I think this day is for all of us to be very proud of, and I'm quite happy that the team that has been working in this project in the last 3 years have achieved a significant milestone.
The $336 million investment is an important logistic project across the Sultanate, which delivers more than 50% of Oman's fuel via the state-of-the-art in Al-Jefnain facility with around 170,000 cubic meters of storage capacity. In addition to meeting the domestic future demand for fuels, this project reduces pollution resulting from lower truck movements in Muscat by 70%. The terminal features a 290-kilometer pipeline, which is connected by 3 sections of the network, including a pipeline of 45 kilometers length from Mina Al Fahal refinery to Al Jifnain terminal. The second pipeline is of 220 kilometers length from Suhar refinery to Al Jifnain terminal. The last one is a dedicated pipeline for jet fuel of 25 kilometer length from Al Jifnain terminal to the new Muscat International Airport. In addition, the new terminal is equipped with 16 loading bays with capacity to load up to 700 trucks per day, with products to be transported across petrol stations. For the Sultanate of Oman Television English News, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
The State Council adopted the Commercial Companies Law, which was referred to it by the Shura Council after recommending a number of articles and amendments, as it will be forwarded to the Council of Ministers. The Council also approved the internal regulations for this year. It also discussed a number of topics related to lands laws and the empowerment of women, as well as recommendations related to human resources field. The sessions was chaired by His Excellency Dr. Yahya bin Mahfouz al-Mandri, Chairman of the State Council. The State Council valued the efforts exerted to make Muscat International Airport an architectural monument that the Sultanate boasts in international airports, especially the efforts of Omanis who have been working at the airport since the first day of its establishment. The Shura Council approved the draft law on patient safety and rights forwarded from Health and Environment Committee. The Council sent it to the Council of Ministers. The draft law included 56 articles divided in 5 main chapters. The first chapter contained definitions and general provisions, while the second chapter dealt with patients' rights. The third chapter contained the patient's obligations, while the fourth chapter talked about the medical file and the confidentiality of information. The fifth chapter contained the penalties to be imposed in the event of violation of the law. The Council also discussed a number of suggestions on the establishments of Environment Police, affiliation to Royal Oman Police, and the increase of private admission rooms in public hospitals. It also listened to the reply of a number of ministries, including the reply of the Minister of Finance on measures to develop government investment. The Council held the start of commercial operation of the new Muscat International Airport. The session was chaired by His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal al-Ma'uli, Chairman of the Shura Council. The new Muscat International Airport commenced its operations in full swing. Our reporter Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi was there, and he has this report.
The Sultanate recorded a historic moment: the commercial operations of the new Muscat International Airport, which resembles an iconic upgrade for Oman's infrastructure and other vital economic sectors.
We are indeed very proud of this great achievement for the Sultanate of Oman, and we are very thankful, and all the praise goes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for helping us in achieving what has been achieved today. Of course, great thanks to His Majesty for in his reign that such a major and wonderful project has been achieved, which is a continuation of all the other development projects in Oman.
The capacity of the new airport will rise to 56 million passengers annually over the subsequent phases. In terms of its facilities, the new airport can accommodate 59 aircraft compared to 27 at the old airport, in addition to parking spaces for more than 7,000 cars.
I'm proud and appreciate everyone who worked in this project and successfully, and we are happy and we are congratulating all Omani people in this project successfully.
Well, the experience with the new airport is really wonderful. It's opened today, so we were a bit hesitant what was going to happen when we arrived at the airport today, so we took some extra time. But everything went very smoothly. We had to return a rental car, which went very well. And some people outside were very supportive in explaining where we had to go. And it all went very well, and the place looks great. Congratulations with such a beautiful airport.
The last flight from the old airport was Oman Air Flight WY153, departed to Zurich at 2:45 p.m. And the first flight to arrive at the new airport was Oman Air Flight WY462 from the Iraqi city of Najaf at 5:30 p.m. The new Muscat International Airport is a national monument and landmark that will open new horizons for the Sultanate and will speed up the country's efforts in diversifying its economy. For the Sultanate of Oman Television English News, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
The arrival of Oman Air Flight WY0908 from Salalah on Tuesday evening marked the beginning of operations of internal route at the new Muscat International Airport. I was present amongst other passengers to be the last passengers leaving the old airport, at the same time being the first on the internal route on the new airport. And here is the report. The new Muscat International Airport that was opened for business in a spectacular celebration held yesterday, the home of the national carrier Oman Air that sits on a massive 580,000 square meters, can carry 12 to 20 million passengers per year. The building is designed and equipped with the state-of-art facilities to maintain safety and security, which places it among the most modern airports in the world.
For the last flight to Salalah today, I'm very proud to fly the last flight from the old airport and inshallah landing with the first aircraft coming from Salalah to Muscat with a new terminal, with a new airport inshallah. And I hope from me and all my crew to Oman Air and all Oman to be much, much better and improve more and more.
Oman Air Muscat to Salalah was the last domestic flight from the old international airport that took off at 2:30 p.m. The same flight, number YW0908, returned to Muscat at 6:30 p.m., marking the commencement of the first domestic flight to operate in the brand new Muscat International Airport. The flight passengers expressed their joy for this occasion and said,
I just arrived from Salalah and I would like to congratulate all Omanis for this achievement, and I hope that this is a wonderful airport, and inshallah it will be for all Omanis to travel through this airport, and we hope that it will be a successful for all the travelers who travel in this airport, and I congratulate all the people who have achieved this achievement.
I'm really happy to say that this is one of my best airports, because last week I was in many airports. I'm really very happy to see it's really marvelous one.
I'm so happy for such good airports.
I would say the efforts what Oman government has put it is good, and wishing all the best.
The Muscat International Airport passenger terminal building is highly luxurious with its architectural design to provide travelers comfort through facilities such as open places to wait and relax, a food court, world-class duty-free, and special robot that impersonates airport staff by guiding travelers in the airport. All of these services are made to appreciate the airport hospitality. Economy class passengers are served in a total of 24 counters and 6 service supervision counters, while first and business class passengers flying with Oman Air are served separately in a total of 12 check counters and 3 supervisor counters. Oman Air first and business class guests will have luxurious hospitality lounges for departure and arrival.
Well, it's a long-awaited moment for us, a historic moment, I would say, that we're changing airports from a very manually operated airport where we can have very limited facilities for our passengers to a state-of-the-art airport in terms of its infrastructure, in terms of its technology, passenger experience as a whole. And in the context of Oman Air, we will be able to now offer what we always wanted to offer. The infrastructure permits us doing that. We'll have a state-of-the-art check-in area exclusively for Oman Air passengers. We will have jet bridges, of course, which we did not have at the existing airport for and we will have a lounge which has double the capacity for passengers.
Oman Air takes pride in delivering extraordinary services to further expand the quality of passengers' experience on the ground and outstanding hospitality provided on the Oman Airway craft. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and still to come in our news bulletin. The Minister of Environment and Climate Affairs is to celebrate the Earth Hour. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. A Daesh group suicide bomber strike on the road to a Muslim shrine in Afghanistan's capital today, killing at least 29 people as Afghans celebrated the Persian New Year. Another 52 people were wounded in the attack, which was carried out by a bomber on foot. The attack took place near Kabul University and government hospital around 1 kilometer away from the Shahi shrine, where people were gathered to celebrate the New Year. An official said the attacker managed to slip past police checkpoints set up along the road. The Persian New Year, known in Afghanistan as Nowruz, is a national holiday and the country's minority typically celebrate by visiting shrines. A pro-Brexit lawmaker joined a protest against the UK's deal with the European Union over a transitional Brexit period today, which saw a tray of haddock being dumped into the River Thames from a fishing boat by the former UKIP leader Nigel Farage. Speaking from a dock on the Thames, Jacob Rees-Mogg, who did not board the boat, said he did not agree with the transitional deal that would see the UK remain inside the common fisheries policy until 2020. A removal of fishing quotas set by the European Union under the policy has been one of the key demands by those demanding the UK leave the bloc. Negotiators in the Brexit talks said that the two sides had reached an agreement on the transition period to help ease Britain out of the European Union once it officially leaves on March 29, 2019. Former U.S. President Barack Obama has arrived in New Zealand for a 3-day visit where he will speak with the community leaders, meet the nation's prime minister and play some golf. Former presidents often choose to keep a relatively low public profile to avoid undermining sitting presidents. Still, the lack of public engagement has frustrated some in the South Pacific nation who are eager to hear Obama's thoughts on his time in the White House and the turbulent presidency of Donald Trump. Obama said that he had long wanted to visit New Zealand, given its close friendship with the U.S. U.S. authorities said the pilot was not injured when his small plane crashed into the Columbia River. The Oregon State Police said the crash happened yesterday on Wallis Island near a classed cane in the Coast Guard rescue the 67-year-old pilot from Ottawa, Washington. He was taken to Pearson Airfield in Vancouver. He was attempting to land the Kit Fox Super Sport aircraft on a sandbar because he was experiencing mechanical issues. The aircraft flipped upside down during the landing. And now back to some local news. Activities of the Middle East and North African Clinical Toxicology Conference started in the Governorate of Muscat under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Talib Al Hinai and the Secretary of the Ministry of Health for Planning Affairs. More details in the following report. The four-day conference is organized by the Minister of Health, represented by the Directorate General of Disease Surveillance and Control Department of Environmental and Occupational Health. It aims at educating the physicians in the MENA region about the impact of chemicals, toxins, and radioactive materials, among other hazards. Over 150 participants from 15 countries around the world are attending the event, along with 57 speakers specialized in the field of toxicology. The conference focused on the challenges and conflicts often faced in the region in an effort to advance the field of clinical toxicology. Medical toxicology is a branch of science that deals with the nature, effects, detection and management of poisonings. Medical toxicology training programs are not available in the MENA region, so arming these health care workers with valuable information, education and clinical resources is critical. In this year, the conference touched on several topics: the medical challenges during poisoning by chemicals, radiation and some toxins, the latest research results on toxicology, as well as the latest developments on laboratory toxicology and the modern devices using to diagnose poisoning cases. The Public Authority for Craft Industries has deposited a collection of handicrafts in the Intellectual Property Department of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The aim of the registration is protecting innovative national crafts and to integrate the work at the regional and international levels with organizations and bodies concerned with the protections of intellectual property rights. The products that are deposited are developed brass and models of useful and aesthetic use. The Ministry of Manpower called 2,409 job seekers to conduct examinations and personal interviews during the next week. This employment plan came within the decision of the Council of Ministers to provide 25,000 job opportunities. The number of projects funded by Oman Development Bank has increased to 18,270 at a total value of 104 million Omani riyals since the start of excellence competition in 2014. This was revealed during the celebrations for announcing and honoring winners of annual award for excellence. Sohar branch won the award for the fourth edition. Saham branch came second, while Khazab branch achieved the third place. The ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Fuad bin Ja'far Al-Sajwani, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth. The projects funded by the bank covered all aspects of development, including health, education, tourism and public utilities. The agriculture and fisheries wealth topped the list of supported fields by the bank. Several initiatives related to the allocation of agricultural lands were granted to youths. These initiatives have all potentials that encourage them to establish integrated projects. This was stressed by His Excellency Dr. Fuad bin Ja'far Al-Sajwani, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth. He added that they aimed to attract youth through intensive training programs in the administrative and marketing fields to help them to promote their products.
وبالتالي تساعدهم على البدء في مشروعات تكاملية زراعية.
The Ministry of Environment and Climate Affairs launched today the activities for the celebration of Earth Hour. The celebration is an annual event that aims to encourage individuals, communities and companies to switch off lights and unnecessary electrical appliances for 1 hour to address climate change challenges. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and now to end the news, here are the main points once again. Greetings of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos to His Majesty the Sultan of Brunei Darus Salam are conveyed by His Excellency the Secretary General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Oman Oil Refineries and Petroleum Industries Company ORPIC inaugurates the Jafnain storage station for petroleum products. The State Council adopts the Commercial Companies Law and forwards it to the Council of Ministers. And the new passenger terminal in Muscat International Airport witnesses an active movement. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Thank you for joining us and good night.